Hello, welcome back for another riveting part of White Album 2. We're super deep into this love triangle because we started dating Setsuna, which is exciting, but at the same time, I feel really bad. Also, we were making out with her on the porch, and the brother apparently saw, which I think is hilarious because it was very dumb of us to be making out on the porch to begin with. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens here. I just saw something amazing. This is so bad.
ああ、そう。先にお風呂入っちゃいなさい。
いや、ほんとマジすごいんだって。俺の部屋の窓から門のとこ見えんじゃん。そしたら姉ちゃんがさ。
やめときなさい。お父さんそこにいるんだから。
She didn't really say your father's right here, too. She said, because your father's sitting right here. He's mad. Ah! What an awkward thing. Now Setsuna's gonna walk back in and have to deal with the family strife.
あれ
5 minutes later. I arrive at the convenience store and find that Toma is nowhere to be seen. Even though I ran all the way to the train station, I couldn't catch up to her. I mean, she gave you time to give her a kiss goodbye, not stand on the porch making out for 5 whole minutes. I'm sorry, but like, that wasn't a very kind thing to do.
というわけで、あっという間に終わったな、期末。
何がというわけなんだか。
めぶい。
Well, just like that. The turbulent final exam period passed by, and today's last final, English, ended without any real incidents.
またずいぶんやり込んだみたいだな、ハルキ。優秀の美で全科目トップでも狙いに行ったか？
そんなコストパフォーマンスの悪いことできるか。全科目平均点狙いに決まってるだろ。
Oh, well, that's a good goal. To achieve the average.
なんだ、とっくに寝てたんだ。それにしても自然な寝言。
いろいろ事情があったんだよ。何しろ卒業がかかってたんでな。あと起きてるから、脳以外は。
Since my subjects today were the same as hers, I should have been able to get some studying in for myself as well. That was the plan anyway.
お前の母ちゃんヨーロッパに住んでんだろ。なんで娘がここまで英語からっきしなんだよ。
Oh, maybe because she abandoned her daughter when she was young? Come on, that's a very insensitive question.
おあいにくさま。母さんが住んでるのはフランス。英語禁止令のおかげで喋ることすら許されない国。
カズさ、それはいくらなんでも。
But thanks to silly arguments like that one, I ended up wasting all of my energy. Even today, about 30 minutes into the exam, I was seriously thinking about sneakily switching answer sheets with the person next to me. No, don't cheat. A remedial. No, actually, a remedial of a remedial for today's exam wouldn't surprise me. Even though she's amazing at foreign languages related to the piano, I wonder how good her German is.
で、せつなちゃんたちまだ来ないのか？そろそろ1時になるけど。
もう来るだろう。学割申請用紙取りに行っただけだし。
もしも誰と旅行に行くかを彼女が誰かにポロリと漏らしたら、お前の席に花だけは飾っておいてやるからな。
Setsuna seems to be making a pretty detailed plan for the winter break trip. Since I'll be going as well, I wonder how she'll be able to convince her parents to give us permission to go. Her father, in particular.
ねえ、ハルキ。
うん？
どうしてセツナに告白したんだよ。
おい、いいよ。
My relationship with Setsuna has, of course, already been exposed to Takeya and Io. And since Setsuna doesn't seem to hide things like this, it's possible that the majority of the school might know about it as well.
もうちょっと待つことできなかったのかな。例えば卒業式の後とかさ。
いいよ。
セツナの気持ちは確かめるまでもないし、
いつ告白したって同じ返事だったに決まってる。でもそこまで焦る必要あったのかな。
I guess that's an interesting point to think about. It would have been way better for our friendships if we had waited anyway.
あ、いや、
I thought she would tell me something like, "You're not a good match for her," or "Why'd you go and ruin everyone's dreams?" Or even, "So, have you done it yet?"
何言ってんだよ。いつ告っても OK だってんならどうして待つ必要があるんだ。
However, I was so completely taken aback by Io's question that I couldn't even understand what exactly she meant at first.
いや、それはだって知り合ってからまだ一月なんだぞ。ちょっと急ぎすぎじゃないかな。
Sure, it can't be helped that I'm the only one between the couple being bad-mouthed here. That aside, though, I can tell that Io's holding back from saying something, and that's what really bothers me.
それがどうした？俺だったら初対面のその夜に…いや、なんでもない。
Oh my god, what a pervert. Even Takia is a little awkward now in supporting me, no doubt because of who we're going up against.
せつな、本当に今でよかったのかな。もう少し時間が欲しかったんじゃないのかな。
I mean, I get what they're saying from, pointed at us, but Setsuna is kind of the one that came onto us, so I really think they should be bothering her a little more than us.
なあ、いいよ。
However, Io is definitely wrong about one thing. That night, we discovered one another's feelings and, well, we ended up this way.
確かに、俺が相手じゃ心配なのはわかるし、不満なのもありえないのもわかるけどさ。だけど、
Even so, neither of us had a doubt in our mind.
だけど、
Starting this relationship while firmly believing that the time and the partner were perfect.
春樹？ほら、春樹黙り込んじまったじゃねえか。今のは明らかにイオが空気読めてないぞ。
Who was it really that wanted more time? Yeah, see, this is the thing. Haruki felt a little bit rushed on that. He definitely did. That's tough.
いや、だからさ、俺が揉め事の間に入るって立場おかしいだろ。お前ら正気に戻ってくれよ。
いたいた、みんなお待たせ。
あ、せつな。
トーマ。
鈍い。
どうしたの？みんな暗い顔して。テスト、そんなに悲惨なことになってる？
In this moment, for some reason, I can't bear to face neither Setsuna nor Toma.
もう泣きたい。推薦取り消されたらどうしよう。
Even as Io quickly covers it up with that.
じゃあ、うさばらしにカラオケ行かない？せっかくテストから解放されたんだし。
Even as Setsuna brings up the forbidden word.
お、いいねそれ。せつなちゃんの生ボーカルか。
Even as Takeya jumps on Setsuna's idea, completely oblivious.
北原？もしかして、私のせいか？
Even as Toma worries about me like this.
違うよ。トーマには関係ないことだ。
そうか。
It wasn't until a few hours later that I finally snapped out of that grim mood I was stuck in.
お前さ、勘違いも大概にしとけよ。
何がよ。
あいつらさ、俺の見た感じだと、告ったのせつなちゃんの方からだぜ。ほぼ間違いなく。
どうしてそんなこと言えるのよ。
だってさ、春樹は、なんでもないけどさ。
Yeah, he's our best friend. He knows. Like, deep down, Haruki, he has feelings for both of them.
憶測で物言わないでよ。せつながこんなに早く告白するわけなんてなかったのに。
どうしてそんなこと言えるんだよ。
だってさ、せつなはやっぱなんでもないけど。
And so, an hour later, Takeya realized Setsuna's true self. Furthermore, other than Setsuna and Takeya, no one even made a gesture to show how they wanted a turn to sing. Awkward. Everything's so awkward.
やってるやってる。
あ、
それじゃ、いっせーので飛び込むよ、春樹くん。
いっせーの。
私が言うつもりだったのに。
卒業おめでとう。
Oh, yay! She graduated.
後でちゃんと片付けろよ。
Oh, did we use confetti poppers? Despite the celebratory paper tape on her head, Toma doesn't seem to show any sign or expression of feeling touched.
よかったね、カズさん。冬休み前に卒業決まって。
進路は決まってないけどな。
追試が通っただけだ。
だってこれで成績の方はクリアだよ。あとは出席日数だけだもん。もう決まりだよ。
学園側もこんなのをあと1年勝っておきたくないだろうしな。
北原、お前ちょっと表に出ろ。
Closing ceremony of the second semester. For seniors who have potentially life-changing events like university entrance exams and job application exams coming up, today is basically the final day when one's graduation is decided. Today, on this diverging point of one's life, Toma Kazusa finally managed to earn a passing grade in all subjects. For reference, Setsuna and I passed with ease about a week ago. Those 9 remedial exams over 5 subjects should serve as a good lesson for her in the future. And I'm sleepy again today.
これで心置きなく冬休みに入ったことだし、今からみんなでカラオケに。
行かない。
Setsuna already had her fun hogging the mic and enjoying herself a while ago. Neither of us can deal with her when it comes to karaoke.
やっと思う存分弾けるようになったんだ。久しぶりに1日10時間の日常に戻ろうと思ってる。
あ、
Even during our conversation, Toma's fingers hadn't stopped moving for a second.
ピアノまたやるんだ。
私の取り柄って言ったらこれくらいしか思いつかないし。
確かにな。
ちょっとこっち来て背中向けろ。思い切り蹴飛ばしてやるから。
Her fingers are moving as lightly as ever. The tone of her voice seems to match the mood of her fingers today, too. Her words and expressions as well seem to have brightened up, if just a little bit.
コンクール出ようと思ってる。2年ぶりに。
Oh, good for you. I stand corrected. Forget the just a little bit part.
ほんと？それってすごいよ、カズさん。
出るだけなら誰でもできるってわけじゃないけど、少なくとも私は推薦取れるから。
それでもすごいよ。絶対に応援行くからね。ね、春樹くん。
あ、ああ。
Seeing this change in her makes me very happy. When I first met this rude classmate in spring, the day I swore, I am going to make her change. This is exactly how I imagined Toma back then.
すごいな、トーマ。絶対見に行くからな。
会場で寝るなよ。ちゃんと見張ってるからな。
Aww. It's just that seeing her positive side in this moment also makes me feel a strange feeling of loss.
ね、もし優勝なんかしたら音大の推薦とかも取れるんじゃないかな。
今すぐ優勝なんてとても無理。っていうか、そもそもそんな理由で推薦なんか取れないって。
いやいや、トーマ陽子の力さえあれば。
そっか、カズさんのお母さんきっとどこの音大にだって顔聞くよね。
I don't think that's something she wants. It's also not the nicest thing to say, that she needs to coast by on her mom's talents rather than her own.
たとえ顔が利かなくたって、遠間家の財力をもってすれば。
お前ら、うちの家庭事情をネタにしすぎだ。そこまで堂々と陰口叩かれると怒る気もなくす。
Yeah, really.
本人目の前にして陰口なんか言うか。これはただのやっかみだ。
岡山の名家のボンボンのくせに。
何それ。私聞いたことないよ、そんなの。
Wait, really? She didn't know about that?
春樹くん、また私を仲間外れにした。
Wait, he can have things he says to other people and not to you.
いや、それは、トーマ。
わかりやすい因果応報の実例だろ。まあ、確かに母さんの力をちょっと借りたけど、今度のコンクールは本当にただの腕試しだから。
そうなんだ。
It only took a few minutes to calm down Setsuna, who'd suddenly started pouting. Toma, still not stopping her fingers, just stared and laughed at us. She laughed.
ここ2年、どの先生にもつかずに、ずっと自己流でやってたし、そんなのが勝てるほど甘くない。
You know what this kind of feels like to me? Is Haruki was so obsessed with making Toma better, right? Like kind of fixing her in a sense. And now that he's not dating her, so that part's kind of closed off. Now that she seems to be better and like moving off in her own direction, Haruki feels that like loss, like he said. Like he's no longer the one bringing her up and making her better. She's kind of doing that for herself. And that doesn't feel good for him. I don't know. It's a very selfish thing to think, honestly.
でも、カズさんなら。
私の腕は私が一番よく知ってる。今なら本戦に残れば奇跡ってレベル。まあ、それでも音楽家の奴らには負けないけど。とにかく今はさ、思い出したいんだ。
全盛期の力を？
うんうん。こんな私でも、きっと昔は、ピアノが大好きだったんじゃないかなってこと。
昔は？
どうもさ、母さんに反抗してるうちに、忘れちゃったみたいでさ。
Even while uttering such sad words,
自分が昔、どんな気持ちでピアノの前に立ってたんだろうって。
with how she is now, Toma can no doubt look back to her past in a positive light.
なんで毎日10時間以上もピアノの前に座って、文句一つ言わなかったんだろうなって。
Her bitter smile is not really bitter. This isn't like the Toma I know.
バカみたいだと思うか？
いや、いい傾向だと思う。
Meaning that the side that Toma had been showing to me until now is fake.
だってさ、トーマ、いつの間にか母さんになってんだもんな。
By referring to her mother as that person, Toma had never shown me her true self in the past.
そういえば、そうだな。
The real Toma is someone this honest, someone who smiles so easily.
あんなに嫌ってたはずなのにな。なんだか、どうでもよくなってきてるのかな。
This is the Toma I'd never known about.
いい傾向だ。親と仲良くしてて悪いことなんか一つもないぞ。
北原に言われたくないな。今年1年、1週間に3回以上、母親と顔を合わせたことがないくせに。
お前それは。
ちょっと、どういうこと？あんなに嫌ってたとか、顔を合わせたことがないとか。
ああ、もう、まったくこいつは。
As Setsuna's face stiffens again, I pull her towards me and mess with her nicely scented hair. Again, his hair-smelling antics. Of course, Setsuna protests and pretends she doesn't like it, but she doesn't try to push my hands away.
なあトーマ、 せつながまた拗ねる前にあの話してもいいか？
I embrace Setsuna's shoulders and gently stroke her hair.
仕方ないだろうな。しないと泣くから、刹那は。
Toma accepts my actions with a bitter smile.
したらしたでまた泣くと思うけどな。せつな、お母さんとすごく仲いいし、俺たちの境遇ショックだと思うぞ。
二人ともバカにしないでよ。私のこと思い込みの激しい痛い子みたいに言って。
I mean, if the shoe fits, you know what I'm saying?
少しはその要素あると思うけど。
Yeah.
ああ、全くの同感だ。
Everything is all right. All three of us are headed in a good direction. In our group of three, Toma has become able to laugh. She has become someone who can smile much more brightly than she used to in the past. In our group of three, Setsuna and I have deepened our bond. So, everything is all right. There's nothing to worry about. As long as I don't destroy this, we can continue just like this while laughing together. Ooh, that is ominous. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Also, the fact that everything seemed perfect, but it was like a manufactured, sort of awkward perfect. I don't know.
おはよう、はるきくん。
ああ、おはよ
Oh, you can see in the top right, these little letters here. It's supposed to be Aeon, which is one of Japan's biggest grocery stores.
相変わらず早いね。まだ約束より15分も前だよ。
I love little Easter eggs like that.
う。いや俺集合時間の30分前には現地にいないとなんだか落ち着かなくて。
はるきくんらしいといえばとってもらしいけど。
けど
でもな、たまにははるきくんのことワクワクしながら待ってたいって気持ちもあるけどね。ま、女の子の理不尽なわがままだから流してくれていいよ。
ごめん、気の利いた受け答えできなくて。
In the first place, I was just using my personality traits to hide the truth, being the fact that I couldn't sleep at all last night because of how excited I was.
だから流してほしいんだってば。そうやって重く受け止められると期待しちゃうよ。
重ね重ね。
December 24th. On this day, the plan Setsuna imposed on all of us begins to unfold. Oh man, also Christmas Eve in Japan is kind of a bigger deal than Christmas itself. Christmas Eve is like a couple's day. You're supposed to get a little cake and sit and have like a nice quiet moment with your lover, eating Christmas cake, and often fried chicken, like KFC fried chicken. It's super, super popular. But yeah, Christmas Eve. Interesting day to have everybody hang out together as friends. Yeah, a hot springs trip. It's been a month since we started dating, and on Christmas, we're going to hot springs. Not a restaurant, not a cafe, not a room just by the two of us, but hot springs. Overnight at that. Not to mention, there's one guy and two girls going. To what extent did my surroundings influence me to make me tolerate this absurd of a plan? Tolerate this absurd of a plan. Odd phrasing there. Did nobody ever even consider stopping her? Like me, for example?
なあ、せつな。もう一度確認するけど、本当にお父さんいいって言ったのか？俺も一緒に行くのに。
え？
俺、今回は説明に行かなくてよかったのか？前にトーマの家に泊まった時みたいに。なぜ黙る？
カズサ、遅いね。
なぜ話をそらす？
Oh no, did she not tell her? Above all, she is blatantly trying to avoid eye contact with me. Did she really not tell her dad? The suspicion I've had for a while now is slowly turning into certainty.
なあ、改めて聞くけどさ、せつな、もしかして。
カズサだ。
そうやってごまかさない。
Setsuna told a lie she shouldn't have during the emergency family meeting this time.
本当にカズサなんだってば。
誰も改札から出てきてないって。それに次の電車は5分後だ。
On top of that, she tried to hide it from me.
そうじゃなくて、はるきくんの後ろ。
そっちはロータリー。
お待たせ。
In an attempt to stop Setsuna's excuses, I turn around, expecting to see no one.
じゃあ荷物積んで早速出るか。ってトランクってどうやって開けるんだ？
ちょっと待て。なんだこれは。
In just a single moment, everything goes crazy.
すっごい。これ会社だよね。
A blue and white circular emblem and a logo with 3 letters. Well, yeah, it's a car. An expensive foreign-made car. A car that costs several million yen.
うちのガレージに2台あったから1台借りてきた。一応今日のためにメンテ出しといたから動くよ。
Given the direction the car is facing, and the fact that the person inside is sticking her head out from the front left driver's side window, it's obvious that this car wasn't made for our roads.
誰が運転すんだよこんなの。
私に決まってるだろ。だいたいここまで誰が運んできたと思ってるんだ。
免許は？
夏休みに取ってたから。ほら、あの頃はやることなかったし。
念のため聞くが、取ってから運転とかは？
してるわけないだろ。2学期はずっとお前らに振り回されて、ドライブなんてとてもじゃないけど。
あれ、カズサ？右の前のとこ、なんかへこんでるよ。
Oh no. The argument we were having just a moment ago now seems cute compared to this situation.
ほら、早く行こう。なあ、北原、トランク開けてくれないか？
わかった。行こうかトーマ。お前の家のガレージへ。
そんなに心配しなくても平気だ。別に壊れてもいいから。
人が壊れたらどう責任取るつもりだ。
大丈夫だって。安全運転するから。
気をつけただけで安全に運転するやつは普通に運転できるやつだ。
ねえ、はるきくんも早く乗りなよ。道が混む前に東京出ちゃおうよ。
刹那。
Before I knew it, Setsuna had already settled into the passenger seat and is now poking her head out. I was worried this would happen. 2 votes for and 1 against.
なあ、刹那。降りよ。やっぱり電車で行こう。
車の方がいいよ。荷物持たなくていいし、ずっとおしゃべりもできるし。
Yeah, you're not supposed to talk that much on the train. It's supposed to be pretty quiet. Inconveniencing other people, not a good thing in Japan. I was too focused on the argument itself and made a mistake. Influencing the public voter opinion behind the scenes should have been my priority. Once Toma got Setsuna inside the car, my defeat was as good as decided.
けど俺は刹那のご両親に責任が。もし事故にでもあって刹那が怪我でもしたら。
確かに傷物にしたら責任取るのは北原だけど。
お前は黙ってろ。ああ、もう勘弁してくれ。2人とも事の重大さを全然分かってない。
大丈夫だよ。カズサが何でもできるってことは私たちが一番よく分かってるじゃない。
刹那。
That unreasonable belief was my specialty until a month ago.
私がお前たちを危険な目に遭わせるわけないだろ。信じろよ。
トーマ。
Despite still not accepting all of this, I realized that it's pointless to try and argue further, so I hesitantly get into the back seat.
で、しかもマニュアル車。
Oh wow! This is the first time we've seen his face so clearly. Other than the kiss scene, but that wasn't even straight on. Driver's seat on the left side, manual transmission stick, and several million yen. Honestly, several million is not that crazy because 1 million yen is like 10,000 bucks. So several million, think maybe like 5,000 bucks. Yeah. 50,000. But 50,000 is not unreal for like a new car, so I think he's just getting his panties in a twist. Just bringing a car is a headache, but this is a triple nightmare. Please save me, Helen Keller. What? What? What does that even mean?
ねえカズさ、オーディオのスイッチどこかな？私一応 CD とか持ってきたんだけど。
What did that even mean?
これかな。
What was the original Japanese? I'd be curious to go back and see. I'm supposed to be enjoying this trip, but there's a dark cloud looming over me.
続いて北関東地方、日中から雲が多く、夜には山間部を中心に雪となるでしょう。では各地のお天気です。
よかった。雪見れそうだね。
A dark cloud. Snow in the northern Kanto region. Snow on first time driving. Quadruple nightmare?
それじゃ出るぞ。みんな一応シートベルト締めて。
トーマ、まずは俺の言う通りの場所に行ってくれ。
家に戻れってのはなしな。
まずは本屋で地図を買う。次にカー用品店で寒冷地対応グッズを買い漁る。チェーンに不凍液にブースターケーブル。あるか。
Oh my goodness. In that case, it's my duty to protect the two people in the front seats with my life.
それ全部用意してないってよくわかったな。
さすが転ばぬ先の春樹くんだね。
The fact that I have to be so careful on a domestic trip doesn't really feel right.
それじゃ出発。ハンクラッチって難しいな。
いや、
Oh no.
サイドブレーキ。
ああ、そうだったそうだった。左右逆だからついつい忘れるんだよな。
すまん。行き先変更。
春樹くんもしかして乗り物酔いするの？
いや、胃薬よ。
Stomach medicine. Alright, before we end up crashing the car again, I think that's a good stopping point for now. So, thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I look forward to playing more with you next time. See you then!